I wanna set the world on fire until it's burning bright for you. It's everything that I desire.
To say that I changed people's lives in Honduras would be questionable. To say that God changed my life in Honduras, and to say that the people in Honduras changed my life and the children, is definitely an accurate statement. Okay, so last Saturday night, I was going down my driveway, and it was about 7:30-ish, and I look up in the sky, and I see this rainbow, and immediately I knew, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is a sign, like, God is telling me, like, this is gonna pass, and at the end of the storm, things are gonna be beautiful. Okay, so, like, I've kind of, like, I, like, was super excited about that, and then I was just like, this is a sign that things are gonna get better, and God has a great plan for His children, that we just need to trust in Him, and keep on pressing forward. Okay, so fast forward to this Saturday. Okay, so here it was probably around 5:35, which back home the time would have been around 7:30. Again, okay, on a Saturday night. So we're on our way home from the children's home, okay? And then we are going to our house here, Casa Lamb, and there's all these rainbows, and I'm like, somebody's like, there's a rainbow, and I was like, what? I'm like, that is a sign. And to be quite honest, like, today I was like kind of struggling a little bit because I was like just doubting. I'm like, what if I just like came here, like, what if I wasn't like supposed to, what if I, just all these just really in my head. And I just know that was Satan's way of discouraging me, because if you're discouraged and if you have doubt, then that is Satan's way of keeping good things from happening and experiencing good things. And that was kind of his way, that would have been like his way to just block out from me experiencing great things here that God has for us. Okay, but guess what? God's defeated all that. So I just pray, like, Lord, help me, and I was praying and stuff. And then, like, once we played with the kids today, I was like, had so much peace. And then we get in the car, headed back, and then I see those rainbows, like I said. And that's when, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, God, this is a sign, this is where I'm supposed to be. Honduras is infamous for its crime, poverty, unemployment, sex trafficking, heartache, but there is so much more than just that. Honduras is a place of hope. I witnessed stories of heartache and came to the realization that difficult situations do not discriminate. Whether one is an infant or an adult, it was humbling to watch children and adults who have suffered through tragedy make the choice to not let the world's circumstances interfere with their joy for God. I learned the Hondurans' joy comes from the hope in God they have, the hope that they are focusing on their eternal destination in heaven, whereas in the U.S. we easily get caught up in what the next day holds. This journey taught me that every day is not going to be good. There's going to be bad days, and God tells us that, but not to fear, because God has overcome the bad days too. The Hondurans show me to keep on pressing forward because God has a plan. Don't overthink, just have faith. Enjoy the simple things, whether that be working or singing or playing with bugs. Take a chance to look at the world from a different perspective. Take a chance to look at life the way God looks at us. I learned the importance of learning to focus on the good and what is to come, because if you keep looking back, it's not going to be beneficial. To just be happy and focus on what you have, because if you have Jesus, you have hope. And we are richer than we think because we have God. I learned it's important to always look for opportunity and don't allow Satan to keep you from experiencing blessings God has in store for you. Don't let fear get in the way, because if I would have allowed Satan to take over my thoughts on this trip, then I would have never got to experience this blessing God had in store for me and all the wonderful things He'd done and the presence I felt in Honduras. Just trust God with all your worries. God is all-knowing and looking out for our best interests. Jesus died for all of us, but He would have died if it was just you. This trip was eye-opening, and no matter how much I try to explain it, words can never express the blessing I received. I had never been on a trip like this, a trip that wasn't about me. Thank you, Honduras, for showing me a place of hope, for making me more humble, more appreciative, and for showing me a place of rejoicing, a place of welcoming people, a place of friendly faces. Thank you for teaching me how to appreciate what I have been given and to be content to look for opportunity for the future rather than focusing on the past. And most importantly, thank you, God, for allowing me to go on this trip. I just want to say thank you so much for all the prayers and support I received, as well as donations, and especially Panther Creek Baptist Church, and all the love and support everyone has shown me leading up to the trip, as well as while I was in Honduras.
Es mi fuerza, no pueden más. Por eso hoy vengo hasta ti, a que me abraces junto a ti. Dame más de tu fuerza, ayúdame a seguir. Vivifícame, vivifícame, vivifícame en tu paz.